Hello guys, it is House Tech TV back to you, my viewers, with another tutorial. You have noticed my channel. If you are new to my channel, you will notice that this is the first video I'm posting. That is not true, however. I have just cleared my account of all previous activities. So let's begin with the tutorial. Today's tutorial will be on how to create a effective lighting system. And what I mean by this is how to, let's say, like, you see how this image looks as if he's in the background. So we're going to do that same exact thing. So first, you're going to need a background for this. I'm just using this random nuke picture that I have found on Google. Credits to the author of this will be in the description. And I used a halo render. Credits will also be given equally. Now we have these two layers in GIMP, and we're going to have to scale them down. So select your halo render, your scale tool, click, and make sure to select the link tool, the link button on your scale tool. Now scale it down accordingly to the size you want, and select scale. It'll automatically scale to the size you selected. Now you can move it to the area that you want using the select tool. Make sure you have your area selected and are selecting on the picture to move it correctly. Now you have it in your ideal spot. We're going to want to add contrast between the background and the render. So duplicate it and select the second one on overlay. This will create a really nice contrasty effect. So now you can duplicate the background, so you have three layers. The top one's an overlay and then two normal layers. Select the middle one, which is the copy you just made. Go to colors, saturate, luminosity, and then select overlay. Now turn the opacity to about 30, maybe. 30 is enough. Now we're going to do our magic on this halo man. So you can just effectively forget about these. Well, actually, you can do that if you want. I actually recommend you do that, or make these uneditable. Anyway, so make sure you're selected over your halo layer. Select your paintbrush tool. Create a new layer called light. And then make sure you make an arrow like that. That just tells you which way the light is going. Now we can select a fuzzy brush from your brush selection. Zoom in using the zoom tool on the body area. Now select a color that will blend into your background. So the color I will be doing, select here, I'll select it as my foreground color, is that color right there, that pinkish, brownish, ugly color. Now make sure you had that selected as your foreground color and just stroke along the parts that you want to be shaded and colorized. So you can go in here, and now it can be really sloppy. It really does not matter for the first time around. You will perfect it later on. It really does not matter whatsoever at this point. Okay, now select the mode to overlay, and if you should come up with something similar to this by now, and you'll notice it already starts to look good. Kind of, not entirely, but kind of. Now, any of the things that you get off the actual person, you can get your eraser tool and go back and fix that. So now that you have that light, create another one with light, same arrow, but put in parentheses a 1 by it to show that it's affecting the entire layer. Now get the same brush tool we used before, scale it up a bit, select the opacity way down, and just stroke along the bottom. This shows the color blends throughout the image instead of just that one spot. So the color is a universal color, but it is in a sense, it is lighter. So now you can duplicate that and set the second one to an overlay mask. Actually, you can just have two overlay layers, and they should come out just fine. Now you have these layers, and this is your current image. So now that we have this, go back to your brush tool, and go back to your go back to your dodge tool, and select, wait a second, I believe dodge is lighten. I can't really tell right now. I will, yes, dodge happens to be lighten. So zoom in a lot, because you're going to need a good idea of what you're doing. And now make sure you're on burn for this, and go on the parts that are supposed to be darker on your image, such as here, as the blast is coming mainly from the right. A smarter way, and the way I should have done this, is I should have these parts light and this part dark, but is how the proper way to do this image, because of this background I set, that would have been the proper way, but since I have not started like that, I will just continue as so. So now, you'll kind of you have to kind of find your own way, and lighting effects are more of your appeal and your kind of, natural style, the styles that you like. And now, turn your exposure a bit down, and go and stroke on a lesser scale on this part, and then turn your exposure way down and try to get this middle part here. Now you can apply jitter and fade out and turn the exposure way down, and then go on dodge and just, actually lighten this area here. Now, you won't even notice the general effect that this creates, but when you go back from the original to this, you go from that to this, and it's just a general, overall, way better effect. Now, that looks a little bit dull there, so I'm going to lighten that. And now you see these two light over layers right here? I'm going to Gaussian blur the one on top, so it gives it more of a blended in feel. I'm going to Gaussian blur it by 23 pixels. Now, we have this. I will also be Gaussian blurring this by a lot lesser amount, maybe 5 or so. 14, that's enough, okay. Now, it looks good. It's pretty much done so far. We're done. Now, you can play around with this image a bit more if you like, or you can leave it as is. I would personally add a lighting effect, maybe in the background, but that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Please rate, subscribe, and comment, because remember, I make these videos for you. I don't have fun making them. Well, I do, but anyway, rate and subscribe. This is House Tech TV signing off.